everybody, and welcome to today's presentation of the Kanban boards. Now, the Kanban boards are built directly within Bullhorn, and the main takeaway of this demo is that you can take action on all of your submissions via drag and drop here within one page. We've built a similar setup for the sales team with opportunities that they're working, but more on that later. Now, let's go over a quick layout of the page. The first thing that you're going to see at the very top are the statuses of my submissions. Now, of course, we'll configure this to your job configuration, but for the purpose of the demo, I've kept this pretty simple: web response, submitted, all the way down to placed. Underneath that, you're going to see all the jobs that I am currently working on, as well as the candidates that have been submitted against that job. Now let's take a look at some of the actions that can be taken within this page. Now the most important part is that I can start to drag and drop. For example, I could take Marlo here and I can move her to client submission, and Bullhorn, as normal, will prompt me with a client submission to add. Back in the board, a couple other things I can do is you'll be able to see there's inline editing icons that I can click at any time. So for example, if I need to change the start date of a job, or if I need to change the status of a job, I can do that right here. Again, all configurable to you. Whatever information you feel is most important within this strip, within this line, we can add that there. I can add a candidate against a job at any time by clicking the Add Candidate button, this little person icon, and it will simply prompt me to select the candidate that I'd like to add and then the status that they should be in. And at any time, if I need to take a quick look through the binoculars, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, I can look at job information, notes, I can look at candidate information and candidate notes, all the details around that right within this page. Another thing that I can do is I can make this page look unique to what I want to see through the filtering options. So now the filtering options will look at jobs, submissions, company, and candidates and allow you to now filter this list down to what you think is most important. I can save that list as a favorite and come back to it at any time. I can also share it with additional team members that they can then use in order to take action as they see fit. One of the cool features that you can use throughout team meetings or one-on-ones is looking more into how long a candidate has been within a specific status. So you'll see these little clock icons next to each candidate. And what we can do is we can put in place specific dates or specific days that will be flagged. So for example, if someone is in a certain status for X amount of days, whatever you feel is most important, we will flag that as red and say, there's something wrong. They're not moving forward quick enough. We need to have a conversation. And that will give you guys the idea of, hey, should we move this person out or should we look into this person a little bit more? What do we need to do to keep the wheels moving? Now, at any time, if you want to see a more in-depth look at the candidates against each of these jobs, we also have candidate cards. So for example, if I expand the help desk technician job, I'm going to see a more in-depth view of each of the candidates against this job. These cards are also configurable to you. Whatever fields you feel are most important to have within these cards, we can set that up and make sure that's what we're pulling into each of these cards. But again, very helpful as you start to have team meetings, one-on-ones, and dive a little bit into how we can progress some of these folks forward. Now, this is a simple overview. Of course, if there are additional questions, feel free to send them my way. Happy to answer them, but I do hope this helps to provide you a little bit more insight of the recruiting board. As I mentioned, we have set up a sales board, which you can see here. It's going to be a very similar setup. However, it's going to be more geared towards your opportunities. So opportunities that you're prospecting, you're opening, you're qualifying, all the way to negotiating and signing. If you'd like to learn more about any of these boards, please feel free to respond and we can go through this together. Thank you so much.